arbitrage is. So people will then be taking that from the BNB pool, selling their ESCO into BNB, and then entering it on the other side to try to buy SAFU with it, right? And then entering SAFU and ESCO pool and to try to bring the price up to parity. So that's how this whole thing's going to work. Is you're going to see a lot of buys on the BNB side. You're also going to see a lot of sells on SAFU to SAFU Go, right, to get that 1-to-1. And that'll technically bring the price of SAFU Go down in the SAFU pool. But because it's still up on the other side on the BNB pool, people will be exiting out the other pool and entering back into the SAFU Go SAFU pool to bring that price back up. So what we should, in theory, now see because of this is both prices will be the same, or if not, just a little bit different than each other. Okay. Meaning that the price of SAFU Go in the BNB pool and the price in the SAFU pool should be one in the same thing. So one might go up quicker than the other, but then you will see on the other side the other pool play catch up. And yes, there will be a lot of volatility there. Okay, you may see price swings of like 100% difference or 200% difference. I don't know. It's the free market, but those pools are designed now and launched at the same time to be the same price each. So for the people that are wondering, hey, there's no way I can just swap 1-for-1 as a SAFU to SAFU Go. Like I can't just turn $1.30 SAFU right now into $5 ESCO. Well, yes, you can. But you just need to obviously know that the free market needs to play catch up, and there's a lot of arbitrage there. Don't think that there's not a lot of BNB sitting on the sidelines from people waiting to get into ESCO through BNB, and that is going to send the price up on the BNB pool quite dramatically. And then, like I said, a lot of that profit people will be taking out and arbitraging into that SAFU Go liquidity pool, which will bump up the price of SAFU, and both pools will equal out. So eventually, after an amount of time, and I don't know what that amount of time is, whether it's 12 hours, 24 hours, it could be a few days. Eventually, both those pools will equal the same amount in dollar value of ESCO, all right? So you're going to see the BNB pool be a, whatever it is, $100 ESCO, and the SAFU Go pool will again be $100 ESCO. And that would also mean, well, SAFU has to be pegged, and it is pegged at 1-to-1. So then SAFU's now, well, $100 as well as ESCO as well. If prices work that way, it could be higher, it could be less. We don't know. It is the free market, guys. But all I can tell you is it's designed to be 1-to-1. It now is a true 1-to-1. And you just got to let the free market do its thing with arbitrage. And hopefully, if you know how to play it and you are a seasoned investor or trader that knows how to play these swings, then you can, it's potential for you to make a hell of a lot of money. And don't forget that when we launch our DApp, which should be later on today, by the way, tonight, once the DApp is live, we'll have our smart contract public there as well, which is tied into the DApp. And we've got those radar maps that me and Nacho brought to you on a previous live stream, and we told you guys, hey, this is what it's going to look like. Here's the DApp and here's the radar maps. And that radar map will show you where that arbitrage sits. Well, you can see that for yourself anyway on the charts, right? If you see the BNB pool ESCO is worth 6 times more than what's in the SAFU ESCO pool, well, it's very easy for you to make money there, right? You just swap one for the other and make a lot of percentage on the other side. But those radar maps are designed as a visual point, a visual cue for you to see exactly how to play that arbitrage best. So everything will work out here, guys. Have some confidence and know that this is now absolute, meaning that the $10 price of SAFU Go launch, yes, was revised to $5 yesterday. I said in the announcement that's locked in, which it is. There has been no changes there at all. The only kind of edit or change, if you will, was obviously the pools being launched at the same time. And don't think that it's a bad change. Sometimes changes are good and they're needed. And this one was needed, is that the SAFU pool needs to be launched at the same time as BNB. Otherwise, like I mentioned before, there's a huge disparity in price, absolutely huge. And that won't go down well, okay? Because if that happened, then yeah, you're going to see again a lot of people just dump in the SAFU price, and it's just not going to work out. So if we release them at the same time, at the same cost, with what I've worked out in the liquidity pool, I truly believe that it's going to be absolutely fine. I just can't predict or assume how much buying pressure there's going to be on the BNB side. that's what you guys will be noticing live just the same way as me. But both those pools will work out. Again, just want to leave you with the know and the confidence and the thought that yes, 1-to-1 is correct. It's a true 1-to-1 now, not a potential 1-to-1 with liquidity adds in there. Now it's actually a true 1-to-1. So if anyone has any questions, be sure to raise your hand. I'll bring you up on stage and we'll try to kick this around for the next 10-15 minutes until I need to leave. So Highball, welcome.
Hi there. Just a silly question. So when the ESCO, you buy ESCO from the SAFU, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with that ESCO? Like, that's the part I don't understand. You just trade it for BNB?
Well, you don't. Well, look, even though this is an arbitrage trader's dream, I mean, you're buying ESCO technically to make money from it, right? So, but don't forget that you're buying ESCO because of the utility behind it, the partnerships that we have, all the LPs, like the ESCO in itself is the AI platform, right? That enables all these other pairs in of itself. Plus, what a lot of people are forgetting is you also have the rebases at 1% per day that you'll be getting. So the advantage is, yes, you're making money, but really what you should be trying to do is hold that Seifu Go in your wallet to get the rebases. And while everyone else is trading, then you'll have the what do you call it? All those burning, the vaporization happen on the other side, reducing the supply and making your ESCO that you're holding actually worth more. So you've got to decide for yourself there, Highball, whether you want to be on the trader side to try to take advantage of arbitrage and make some money in the meantime, or you're more in the medium to long game where you're just holding the ESCO, collecting your rebases, knowing that it's going to be burnt on the other side and price appreciation will come up. And whatever your timeline is, whenever you want to take profit later on, then you can. So yeah, it's hard to be on both sides. You either got to be holding for rebases and knowing what it's about, collecting all your rewards, or you're on the trader side, and that's a decision you need to make for yourself, I suppose.
Okay, right on. Thank you so much.
Easy, buddy.
Okay, bye now.
Cool. Got Anil Legend. You want to hop on board? Here he is, or she. I think Anil is a male's name, right? Neil, you're on mute, by the way. While Anil unmutes themselves, I'll bring up Top Legend.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hello. Good, thanks. Yourself?
Doing good. Thank you. Excited.
Yes.
So quick question regarding Sifu and ESGO. It's going to be 1-to-1. You keep mentioning that the Sifu price is going to be appreciated and eventually it's going to meet the price of the ESGO. So if we have 5,000 tokens in one side and we have 12 million tokens in the other end, we need a lot of money to reach the market cap. I mean, how it can be reached like Sifu $1,000 or a 500? Is it possible, or it's going to be burned?
So you've got 5,000 only on the other side. That Seifu LP pool versus ESCO is 5,000 ESCO and 5,000 Seifu, not 12 million like you put it. But I understand what you're trying to kind of get to and ask is that, well, Seifu as it is right now, there's more millions of tokens in circulating supply than there is of only 50,000 ESCO. So how can the price be the same? And that's what your real question is, right?
That is absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
So basically
I have a lot of Seifu and I'm trying to figure out, shall I hold it for a longer run or shall I buy?
Let me answer you. So basically the real answer here, okay, is that it will work out to be the same. but it takes a while for the market to do its thing. Okay, so when you have, let's say, the BNB pool of ESCO, because there's less tokens, then you're going to see a huge spike in price. Then the Seifu ESCO pool that may spike up and spike down, and both those pools are going to equal the same amount eventually, because what will happen is through that arbitrage, don't forget you've got the third point of the triangle, which is the current Seifu BNB pool we have, which is going to be utilized within those other two pools to equal out the price. So even though, yes, I know ESCO's got a lower supply than Seifu, but because both those tokens are interrelated throughout those three pools, it means there's only one way, and that has to drag up Seifu's price along with it. So to get you to kind of realize where I'm coming from here, and it's hard to kind of demonstrate it verbally, but if the Seifu BNB pool was not anywhere part of this whole thing, right? Seifu BNB was just gone, then the Seifu Go liquidity pool with BNB, yes, would be worth a hell of a lot more comparative to Seifu, because there's different amounts of tokens. But now that we're dragging across the Seifu supply, which yes is a lot more, into the equation, where on the other side you've got Seifu Go having less tokens, it means it averages out. So the one that has less tokens, which would be worth more, is now worth technically a little bit less, because of the new supply that you're entering into the market and capturing, which are these millions of tokens, like you put it. So let's say without the Seifu BNB pool, then Seifu Go may be worth, and it should be worth like $10,000, $100,000 a token because of the low supply. But now, because we're entering in these millions on the other side of the triangle, which is Seifu BNB, then what could have theoretically been worth $10,000, $100,000, whatever, that's obviously going to slowly come down in the price, right? While now the Seifu BNB pool goes up in price, and you're going to see what the market decides that price to be. But obviously, it's less because we've got all those tokens. So, did I kind of answer you? Do you get what I'm trying to say there?
So I'm kind of trying to get it. Like, say I buy with BNB the ESGO, and then I sell the ESGO to BNB. I made whatever, say I doubled my money, and then I'm looking at arbitrage. I see the ESGO and the other pool being way lower, say like 50% less than on the BNB pool. Then I take that BNB and buy the Seifu, which goes to the BNB Seifu pool, which has the 12 million tokens. Then I'm gonna go and sell it. It means that tokens, the Seifu which I'm selling, goes to the ESGO Seifu pool. Am I correct?
Well, technically that's right. That's right. And then the other side, which is the ESCO side, should come up, while the other side goes down because you've sold. So when you sell on one side, then the other side is a buy, right? So
that's
whether you're buying or selling,
then my BNB Seifu chart, which I watch, is gonna be all green, most of it, and then the other end is gonna be like most red on the sell. So I basically take the tokens from this side and put it in the other side. Am I right what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. But it's just, well, you're right. Look, it's free market forces. You're not just going to always see green candles. You're not always going to see red candles. There's going to be chops and changes in between, depending on where people want to put their money as well. And a lot of people, don't forget, won't be trading either. Like I'm sure, like at a guess, probably at least half of the market, half of the people, 50%, will just be buying ESCO and then just holding it in their wallet, collecting rebases as well. So don't think that the whole supply is going to keep on being arbitrage. A lot of that will probably be locked up in people's wallets until it's time for them to go, okay, well, I've 50x my bag or something. Let me sell a majority of it. That's when you'll see some red candles, like you said, right? Instead of just green. So there's going to be profit taking along the way. There always is.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying kind of figure out which way to go. I have MBNB and Seifu. I think that was the most people's question on the Discord, like, hey, how he mean by 1-to-1? Just people is not getting it. Is not everybody well educated, and it's not that easy to understand. So I was drawing, and I kind of getting it. Just wanted to confirm with you, but thank you for everything you do. With you from March 1st.
Yeah, cool. That's thanks so much
Yeah.
for the support. And
Oh,
look,
fun
I
will
think
kill us.
the Safe Go B&B pool is obviously going to be the most active. I think that's where you're going to see most money kind of go into because it's the easiest that you can swap out a majority of assets for, and just get ESCO very, very quickly. And and because of the ESCO, more ESCO being in that pool, it means you can access more and buy more and have more in your wallet. For those that want at least one ESCO or more, then the B&B pool, I'd be recommending and suggesting is the best way to go because there's more available for you and also less volatility, because we're bootstrapping it with a 100K liquidity just off the bat. So that's where I'd be going. If you're saying what's the best for you, if you've got B&B and you just wanted to buy in easier and quicker without less volatility, I'd say the B&B pool's easier. And then the other people that are swapping for the Seifu ESCO pool, that's going to come into its own. Once the B&B pool's price is a lot more, then you'll see it kind of average out. So, yeah, but thanks very much for the support.
Okay. Um, you're welcome. The other question is, there is any way we can increase instead of one Sifu at the first 5 minutes to something a little over? Because I have to get so many devices now. So, and I
Yeah.
think many people, at least for two maybe, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Well, yeah.
Maybe if we
So
can
look,
consider that.
no, well, we can't. No, everything's locked in now. But I understand what you're trying to say. But look, we want to make it only one because we want everyone to have at least one. If we bump that up to more, then some people may get a half of one or less, and there may not be enough around, or they'll have to pay a huge price for them instead of just leaving it firstly as that one. So that's why it was done that way. But the way our smart contract AI works anyway is it reads a user's wallet for the holdings that they have. Okay, so even though the first 5 minutes is one Seifu that you're allowed to only hold in your wallet, that doesn't prevent you from having 2, 3, or multiple wallets. Or that wallet that you bought from, let's say you got one ESCO in the first few seconds, that doesn't stop you from then being able to transfer what you've just got in your wallet, your ESCO, into another wallet or transfer it to someone else, because now your wallet holds less than one ESCO, which enables you to buy more. So if you bought one, transferred it out, now you've got 0, then technically you can buy another one. Okay. So that's the way the smart contract and AI works. It only reads your holder's wallet balance. But yeah, you're going to have a lot of people set up multiple wallets, I dare say. And yes, there probably will be some bots there, which we're going to try to eliminate most out of. But there's always going to be some that come through the cracks.
And the other question is, how we're gonna track the time? Like every 5 minutes, how we know the time, the second
Yeah,
5 minutes, the
that's
third
the
one
AI
is in.
smart contract in itself. That just reads the time directly from the blockchain and from UTC. Everything's synchronized, so there's nothing manual that we need to set. It's all automatic within the smart contract itself.
Okay, so just have to watch the time and just click it.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're asking me like for like countdown timers of each 5 minutes, we don't have anything like that. The best way is just to watch the clock, I suppose. Or set some what do you call it?
Timer? The timer.
Yeah, like a little that's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little timer on your iPhone or something like that to go off every 5 minutes. I mean, we can try to make it easy for you guys, but we can't just do things like that to make it extra easy. We want it to be fair, so everyone is on the same playing field. But yeah, set some timers and get someone to slap you in the head every 5 minutes. I don't know.
Okay, thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for everything you do.
Cool. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, I only have like literally 3 minutes before I need to leave, so I can only take like one more question here. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. Alan Crean, if you want to jump on board, like I said, I've only got a few minutes, mate, but how are you?
Hi, Brian. I won't keep you long. How are you keeping? You well?
Yeah, good, man. Hopefully you're doing well as well. What have you got for me?
All good. Bullish. Looking really, really forward to the weekend and the launch. Thank you so much to you and the team and everything that you're putting in behind the scenes. It's much appreciated. I'm sure we're speaking on behalf of a lot of people out there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
I just got a quick one for you. It's just I'm very, very intrigued about drip. I'm a bit of a drip maxi. I'm a massive Seifu maxi. I'm also a drip maxi as well. So it's kind of a dream for me that I see that there's going to be a liquidity pair taken into consideration, drip. So behind the scenes, I'm just wondering, have you spoke to Forex, etc.?
I have not directly spoke to Forex Shark. No, I don't have a connection with him. I haven't even tried to reach out to him. If I wanted to reach out to him, I'm sure we'd enter a conversation and then we could chuck it around a little bit. But no, I haven't reached out to him directly there at all. All the projects that we're going to be when I say partnering with, which is basically creating LP pools for. None of those projects I've got a direct connection with per se, and I haven't reached out to them to say, hey, we're going to bring you on board. We will during the time of launch. It's going to take a couple of weeks before we get all these projects listed. Then we'll reach out to them and say, hey, you've actually been listed. Basically, do you have any questions and so forth? But we're just going to list it technically without approval or permission. We don't need that. Anybody can create an LP pool, right?
Yeah.
But it's the money where it's coming from, which is us to basically just help them out, and then through that they'll, their communities will be wise to it, and hopefully then start trading and utilizing our service.
Awesome. I mean, I'm covered with everything else. I'm cool and ready for the weekend. It's more so around the drip. I just wanted to ask about that liquidity pair. So that was it for me. I won't keep you. Thanks so much again for everything.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Alan. Guys, like I said, I only had about 30 minutes, so time flies quickly, and I definitely need to leave to my appointment. So with that, I just want to leave as a summary to say that it is now a true one-to-one. You're going to have 20,000 ESCO in the BNB pool, which is probably more suited towards people that want to get in quickly and get more Seifu Go out of the value that they're spending, because there's more Seifu Go in it. There's less volatility, there's higher liquidity. Whereas the other pool, which is the Seifu Go / Seifu pool, there's still 5,000 ESCO in there, which isn't nothing, right? There's a lot of liquidity there still, but you're going to see a lot more volatility in there, being that we've got a lot more Seifu holders than there are ESCO holders, right? We're going to have 0 ESCO holders and thousands of Seifu holders. So you're going to see a lot of volatility there. So if you want to get your hands on ESCO or the most of them, I'd be highly suggesting and recommending for you guys, without financial advice, that you do use the BNB pool, because you will see a ton of action in that ESCO Seifu pool, and you may not get a direct one-to-one, because at the very start you're going to see it obviously fluctuate and the ratio change until people buy into the BNB pool, and then the arbitrage starts, where people will take their profit and try to get back in the Seifu side to try to get more ESCO out of it. So just let it play out, guys, but know that it is a true one-to-one now. I'm looking forward to everything, both myself and Nacho, and I'm sure all of you guys are tremendously excited, and I can't wait. We will release the smart contract later on today / tonight. With the DApp, and everything will be ready for a go for launch this time with 100% success rate, and we're completely enthusiastic about it. So thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you all in Discord. Until then, be happy, be merry, be safe, and make a bunch of money. Bye, guys.